Hey guys, I'm Heidi with Heavenly Minded Homemaker and welcome back. I want to share with you guys today about the past year of our family's thrift store challenge. So stay tuned. Welcome back, you guys. I know there's so many new faces around here. My name is Heidi. I'm creator of the free Bible-based homeschool curriculum, Heavenly Minded Homeschool, which we are still pumping out. I'm still getting those out month by month for you guys. And then I share on our channel here just homeschool related topics. But I wanted to do a special Monday series. It really came up this past summer while we were doing the Biblical Womanhood Bible study. And I said, you know what? After talking with so many of you, I said, let's do a new series, just a homemaker series, where we talk about all the various things related to being a keeper at home, as God has called and created and instructed us to do. And so I love getting to share about things that are frugal and natural and just really God honoring in the home, as we really do set the tone of the home for our husbands, our children, and any other friends and family that the Lord might put in our path to serve. So I was trying to decide what to do for today's video, because I thought January, it's a new year. What better way than to kind of kick off the year talking about just all things frugal. I am not saying we are the end-all be-all of frugal knowledge, but let me share what the Lord has placed upon my heart and my life that I can share, that it might serve you and your family, and then you guys can comment and share stuff too. And remember, every Saturday at noon we do a YouTube Live, and that gives us a great opportunity to get to kind of connect and chit-chat and have that there. So we'd love for you to come and join us. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to touch the subscribe button, and then make sure you tap the little bell icon, and that will give you the notification when all the new stuff goes up. The kids are in there playing, so I have no idea how loud that is to you guys, but I've got a house full of happy kids that are playing because they have finished all of their schoolwork, and it's raining outside, so nobody can be outside. So it's probably gonna be a little loud, but that's okay, because this is what the space is for. In this and our vlogs and all of the different things we do, it's like if you were to come over and sit down and be hanging out, we'd be having, I don't know, a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and chatting. This is what we'd be doing, right? Kids would be running around. Dogs are coming in and out. It's okay. Okay, dog is good. So I wanted to share a little bit. It kind of made me think about it. But last year, and honey, I'll do it in just a, hold. One of these times I'm going to get through this. So last year, when our family really felt moved to go into ministry full time, we no longer have a paycheck. We live by faith. I share those updates and kind of looking at all these things. While we found it very important biblically to be frugal, and that meant being wise with what we had, using what we had, not over-consuming, not living with excess, and making sure that we were being generous with what the Lord provided us, and just making little work for all of us. Does that make sense? That was really our focus with kind of the whole frugal process. Anyways, I don't want to be wasteful. I don't want to have excess. I want to take the provisions that we have, money, food, resources, whatever, and use the least amount possible that we need to meet our needs, not having all this excess, but meeting our needs, so that everything else can go and work in a way to glorify the Lord, okay? That was kind of our thought process. So then what do we do? So then when we ended up coming and being called into ministry full time, and it's not like we went and got a job with an already established ministry that said, hey, here's your salary, this is what you get for the work you do. It's not the way it works. And so trusting the Lord to say, okay, you will provide, we'll do what we need to do. I really need to make sure that I am putting a focus on being frugally minded, to be really paying attention to what we're using, what we're consuming, and what we need. And I think this is an area that really everyone can always do better in. So it is a process to work on. But one of the things that we started doing in this is I said, we're going to do a thrift store challenge. And if you go back and dig through our channel, I'm sure you could find it. There's also one of these earlier Homemaker videos where I talked about how we cut different bills down in our home and things of that nature. But I wanted to do a thrift store challenge. I was noticing how often, yes, it looks like something that the dog probably tore up. Oh, yeah, I don't really want it. Can you go throw it away?
Yeah.
Go throw it away. Bubba, will you open the door first so she can throw it away? We keep the trash can in a, actual behind a door so that way the baby can't throw stuff away. Our 6-year-old threw away my husband's brand new really expensive tablet when she was about the same age as little Olivia that was just in here. So ever since then, trash cans stay behind closed doors that little ones can't get to. Anyways, I started noticing how often I would just hop on Amazon and buy stuff. I love Amazon for so many things. I do share affiliate links whenever I link stuff down below. So if you happen to go and purchase anything on there, Amazon gives us a tiny bit of a kickback. It's never much, but every once in a while we get $20 a month, and that's kind of exciting. But I noticed just how often and how quick I would just hop on there and just get whatever. Even if it costs more, even if I didn't really need it, whatever it was just so easy to get on and just buy it and just have it. Which is a good thing for some things, but really not for others. And then I also noticed that even when I didn't have money, I would just sit there and scroll through things and add them to lists and all of these different things. And I'm like, what am I doing? Is this really how I should be spending my time and my resources? So one of my first steps was to get Amazon off of my phone. So if I still did need to get something, I at least had to pull out the computer, sit down, pull it up and do something. But then it was being more mindful that I need to get on and do something like this. And I said, you know what, I need to stop just getting stuff from Amazon all the time because it's too much, okay? It really, really is. My brothers used to send me those images that said if I were a Transformer, I'd be Amazon Prime. That was me. I was so guilty of that. I know. And then I said, you know what? But what I also want to do, I don't think just trying to cut my Amazon addiction is enough. I really wanted to focus on not shopping at big box stores. So I said, you guys, let's challenge our family. Let's challenge ourselves to only shop at thrift stores. So whenever we need something that isn't soap and food and things of that nature, whenever we need something, let's try to find it at the thrift stores here in town. If we search and search and search and it is an item that we really truly need, it's a need, not a want or a desire, then we can look into another option. And I'm not talking underwear and personal items and things of that nature because I'm not down with the thrift store version of that. There's very rare instances that I think certain things would be okay. But I said, let's go ahead and let's try to only shop at the thrift stores. And I will preface this by saying that I had strayed away from thrift store shopping for so long because we live out in the middle of nowhere. Where we used to live was right outside the city. We were in the suburbs. We had amazing thrift stores and all of the things. Now, not so much. And so I had always used the excuse of, well, we don't have any really good thrift stores. So too bad. Nope. I said no more excuses. We will use thrift stores, even Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, things of that nature. And friends being willing to take in people's leftovers and hand-me-downs and things that they wanted to get rid of. I think that can be... Hold, please. Okay, guys. We had a bit of a debacle that took me a while to get cleaned up, and now the sun is completely down and I have no light. So I'm going to try to wrap this up here, but share with you guys real quick what we did, how it went, and moving forward, what we're looking to do. In doing all of this, I said, okay, that's going to be our focus, to hit up the thrift stores, to find things used, secondhand, free, whatever it may be, and find what we need. That way, instead of just running to a big box store, hopping on Amazon and getting whatever it is that we think we need. It's amazing to see the year's gone by already, and to see that we're in a new year, because now I feel like we've gotten so used to doing it that it just seems like our norm almost now, which is fantastic, I think, in many ways. I do want to share, at first it seemed a little weird to constantly, we really learned that you've kind of got to hit up the thrift store on a normal basis and make sure that you are looking for the things that you know you need, because it also can be way too easy to get sidetracked, especially with really good deals, and just end up consuming and picking up things that you don't actually need. So you really need to pay attention and be self-disciplined in that right. If you are not self-disciplined enough to be able to do that, that really traces back to being a heart issue, and that's something you need to work on regardless. I think so often I hear people say, oh, I have no discipline, I couldn't do that. Well, that's an issue, and you need to work on that. We all have areas of discipline that we need to work on, but it's really, really important that you take that seriously and you do indeed work on disciplining yourself in that. Just like screen use, eating, spending money. I mean, there's so many different things that are so easy to be like, oh, I'm so not disciplined in that area. Well, then you probably should be. That's something we need to work on. So you do have to be disciplined and not just grabbing up all of the things. I think with my focus into minimalism, for me, I just really had to keep that focus when, hey, do we truly need this? Will we really be using this here in the immediate future? If not, then I don't need it right now. That includes different kid sizes of clothing and things of that nature, unless it's something like a snowsuit that I know they'll use to that when they get to that season, or a brand new pair of shoes that they will be getting ready to grow into here within the next few months. Anything out further than that, it's okay. Just because it's a good deal doesn't mean you need to have it. So definitely going to the thrift stores frequently, but now it's become something that our family loves doing. Like if we have a day of like nothing to do and we want to do some kind of family activity, we're like, let's go to the thrift store. Even if we're not getting anything, just kind of going and checking stuff out and rummaging through. I don't know. We enjoy it. We have fun. So thrifting for us has just become something that we thoroughly enjoy across the board. So it's such a fun kind of family experience to go and do that. So I usually will kind of keep a catalog of things that I know we're looking for, or things that, you know, I know we're going to be needing in the home, or clothing, or whatever it may be. And then sometimes something happens or something breaks or something comes up and it's like, we've got to go and find this right here, right now. We did that all year long. And honestly, I found very, very, very few times that it was like, we can't find it in the thrift store, we've got to go to a big box store and just purchase it. It really wasn't very often. Excuse me. And really, to be even super honest, our son needs a belt. He needs a belt so badly. And I have not been able to find one in his size in a thrift store that I want the belt that actually has like the hole with the, you know, the piece to go in, not just those like, you know, those like adjustable ones that you just like weave through and pull. I wanted it to be like an official belt. And we've not been able to find one in his size, but now I'm almost like determined that there's no way I'm going to the big box store and just buying one in his size. Like I am determined to find one. So I am doing that right now. But I have found, you know, Lily needed a new snowsuit. I found that. I have not been able to find one for Travis yet. That's okay. We're still on the hunt. It hasn't snowed yet, so far we're okay. And looking for that. There's just so many things that it's like the longer that we continue to do that, we were able to eventually find stuff. We didn't have to go to a big box store. This keeps getting darker and darker, you guys. I'm so sorry. But yes, okay, so they've got me so goofed up now. I probably should just like call it a day, but I honestly don't know at any other point between now and Monday that I could fit this in. So this is what you're all getting. Know what you're looking for, what you're going to be needing. Be disciplined and not just grabbing up a bunch of stuff that you don't actually need. Go often, right? You can't just go, hey, I need this and I need to just magically walk in and find it. You do, you know, need to go often. Not all of the time, but, you know, it does help if you go on a regular basis. You know, my husband every 3 weeks has a chiropractor's appointment, and his office is over near where most of the thrift stores in our town are. So once every 3 weeks, we've skipped a few times, but we usually just pop into like the 3 thrift stores over there that we like the best once every 3 weeks. And hey, while we're here, I've kind of been keeping this catalog of things that are getting worn out, that it's a new season we need to be looking out for, that we could use for school or home or clothing. You know, Travis could use some more pants. Virginia really needs a sweater, or whatever it may be. I kind of just keep that catalog going and a little list going of the things that we'll need. So once every 3 weeks, we pop in and I check out the things. On a few occasions, with a birthday coming up or an event or something specific, we'll kind of make a trip in between. But otherwise, that's pretty much worked for us. But in a year of doing that, I'm amazed at, I mean, the things we've gotten some really cool things, which I will pause now and show you some of the cool stuff we've gotten. This beautiful vintage teapot, all of my vintage plates and everything that we use, especially holidays and Sabbath, my gravy boat, butter dish, and probably a couple of those dishes as well. Most all of our home decor and pictures that we have came from a thrift store. These super cute candle holders that I have here up on my plant wall. Oodles of books, and also my beautiful menorah. This menorah as well, and tons of records. This still in the box bread slicer that I absolutely love, so that way I can get our fresh homemade bread sliced nice and evenly. That's honestly just a tip of the iceberg of the cool things we have found. I mean, I found this, my coats that I have, I got for like $5 and $7. One is what was it? It was multiple thousands of dollars. I looked it up and it's from a local coat maker. It's camel hair in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where we've pretty much always lived for the past dozen years. And I pulled it up to see what they retail, and it's anywhere, I think it was like $15,000 to $5,000 or something like that. It's crazy. $1,500 to $5,000. It's crazy how expensive this was. I got it for $7 and it's in perfect condition. So it's amazing the stuff that we have been able to find. Like I said, the kids' snowsuits, and so many things. So on one hand, yes, the things that we have needed, that we did purchase, are things that we have used to make our home feel cozy and like us, to provide the kitchenware and household items that we need. Hello, the cat is here at my feet going nuts. Nearly every clothing item I have, the sweater included, I've been getting at thrift stores. So really sorry guys, this is getting so dark. I don't know how to get it. There we go. Now it's coming back. All of the kids' clothes, all of our toys. Really, there's so many things that everything we have basically now in the past year has come from a thrift store or secondhand from friends or picked up on like a Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, something of the like. So that in itself, I cannot even imagine the amount of money that has spent us, just how much more earth-friendly it is that we are going and using stuff that's there instead of buying into all the other things. I feel like there's so many facets. The cat is like climbing up my back, you guys. There are so many ways that has just been such a blessing. When you walk out with bags full of all of the things and we've spent, less than $20. It's crazy. I genuinely, that in itself is like, I'm sold. We've saved a ton of money. We now have an activity that we love going and doing and genuinely all look forward to. We're reusing stuff. The items that we've bought, I have found, are far better quality because the things that we find that we purchase, we look at everything and they are the higher quality things that are holding up, right? The really cheap stuff that we get, it never even makes it to the thrift store because it gets worn out before it even gets there. So the stuff we're getting is stuff that has already stood up a little bit against the test of time. Sorry, it keeps like going away. Anyways, and now it is a better quality item that we've gotten for a fraction of the price of the cheap option. But really to top off all of that I think is something, this is kind of why I wanted to start this too with this whole month of talking about just frugal homemaker type topics, is that the more and more we did this and the more and more we got into the mindset, instead of just hopping on Amazon and getting it or running to the store and grabbing it from a big box store, having that mindset of, okay, that's something we need, be it clothing, houseware, the baby's toys, any of the things, gifts coming up for birthdays. We have stopped and said, all right, well, let's put that on the list. And next time we get to the thrift store, that's what we'll look for. When I did have to run to like Walmart or something, we only went to the food side. We got the food stuff we needed. I don't even go browse any of the other stuff. no window shopping, no browsing. I'm perfectly content with a thrift store. So I'm just out of sight, out of mind, right? And so we started kind of putting together a list of, hey, next time we go to the thrift store. So instead of having that mindset of, I need right now, it started becoming, next time we get to the thrift store, we'll keep an eye out for new pants, for a coat, for some new dishes, or I don't know, whatever it might be, right, that we're looking for. I got a bread maker, and then got home and found out that there wasn't a paddle, and I didn't realize that the paddle was missing, and it's like a pain to replace, so you live and you learn sometimes. That was one of our thrift store fails. But again, it cost me $4, so I wasn't really like that heartbroken about it. But I think that mindset shift of, hey, within the next 3 weeks, when we go, we'll start looking for it. Maybe we'll find it this trip. Maybe we'll find it 3 weeks from now in that trip. That mindset, it's amazing how much the longer we had to make do without said item, the more we realized, guess I didn't really need it. There were a couple instances, and I know there were a couple, but what's really funny is I really don't even remember what they were. And I think that just proves my point even more, is that there were a couple instances that it was like, okay, we're going to have to stop by Walmart or Marshall's or, you know, some kind of big box store to go get said item or hop on Amazon and order it. But they were really, really few and far between. And I'm talking really few and far between. Like, I know it happened a couple times, but honestly, I can't even remember what they were. So starting off this month, I want to challenge you guys to do a thrift store challenge. Our family is going to continue doing it. I think we enjoyed it so much this past year. Like, I don't know why we would go back, but I want to challenge you, instead of hopping on Amazon, even delete the app off of your phone so you're not so quick to jump on it. Instead of running to a big box store or just perusing the aisles of a big box store every time you go in there for something specific, just in case you see something you think you need. When you find items that you need in your household, clothing, housewares, whatever, right? Entertainment even. Instead of just hopping on Amazon or running to a big box store to get it, try hitting up your local thrift stores. Most of our thrift stores that we use, not only is it amazing because I'm spending a fraction of the cost, I'm getting better quality, I'm recycling and reusing instead of, you know, going out and buying something else and yada, yada, whatever. The money for most of these places go to a great cause. Hospice, local churches, men and women's shelters. There's so many great causes out there. Go and support them. Furniture that we've gotten, car seats. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, obviously with car seats, you want to be safe and you want to look up certain things, but like a booster seat and different things. There's just so many things that you can get picked up. Fraction of the cost. Again, all of these different points that I really want to encourage you and your family to take on this thrift store challenge this year and see how much money you save, how much fun you have, and just, I don't know, I find it very fulfilling to go and hunt out and find these things and know that you're getting them, that you're saving money, you're getting something that's good quality most of the time. Like I said, if it has stood up the test to make it to the thrift store, it's usually pretty good shape, pretty good quality. There are little, you know, things here or there. You always want to make sure you're checking stuff out and getting a good deal on the different stuff. But the furniture I see and the different things, it's stuff, you know, that's holding up and really, really lasting. So we loved our year of our thrift store challenge. We are definitely going to continue on this path, and we would love to encourage you guys to come and join us and work this year to thrift the stuff you need before jumping on Amazon and running to a big box store. So that was one of my first little frugal tip things of the new year. This video, I'm sure, was a complete disaster because I've gotten started and stopped so many times, and I had everything in my head laid out how I was going to say it, and I'm pretty certain that I did not say it in that way. And it's like pitch black dark outside, so I probably look crazy, but got it done. is what it is. Lord willing, we will be back next week, but join us throughout the week for our homeschool vlogs. Come and join us for church. We do it online so everybody can come and attend. Everything is linked down below in the description box, though. I would love to hear about your guys' thrift store wins or even fails and concerns. But otherwise, we will see you guys next week, next Monday, and continue talking through some of the things that our family does anyways that help us to be just very, very frugal with the resources that the Lord has given us. So until next time, bye you guys.